Last month in July, I had an AMA with all of my Tier 1 Patreon supporters, and it was a really, really fun time where I was able to get to know them, they were able to get to know me, I asked them questions, they asked me questions, and it was just a really enjoyable and I think educational experience about NFT gaming investing, who's getting into it this early, and it was just a lot of fun. So this month in August, I'm gonna be doing it again, and it was actually my Patreon supporters that suggested that I post this first AMA to everyone publicly so that you guys can all see it. They said that it would gain me a lot more Patreon supporters. I don't know. Either way, you guys will enjoy this. So without further ado, enjoy my very first AMA that I did with my Tier 1 Patreon supporters. When did you learn about blockchain gaming? Like, what first got you introduced to it? Like, why are you hyped for it? And then, like, what's your favorite game now, if you do play one now? And then, like, what are you looking forward to that's coming out?
I actually had a teammate 3 months ago jump to So Rare. And so that was when it first started to kind of sound really real to me. And he and I actually had like an offboarding chat in his last week. And he was just like so hyped about it. And I just got completely caught up in that, you know? And so I don't even remember exactly how I came across your channel, man. But like, it was within a week after that, I was just like desperate Googling to try to find anything. Like, how the hell do I learn about this? And that's when I came across on-chain gaming, and it was like it's been kind of the source in terms of upskilling from that point forward.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Like, I had the same experience when I discovered blockchain games, where I was like, man, where do I go to hear people talk about this? Like, I want to hear people that are hyped about it. And like Kagi Jan, I think, was like the only real play to earn YouTuber out there. And I was like, there's like nothing here. There's nothing here. There's like this void. So that's why I decided to start making content. So I'm glad that you were able to find it and help you.
Yeah, it's huge that we came after you, man. I've actually wanted to like tap into your brain a little bit around what sources you follow to kind of stay up on the space, especially at the beginning when you were trying to upskill really quickly.
I'll write that note down, and then I'll get back to that question after everyone introduces themselves.
Huge. Okay. And then, yeah, just to wrap up a little bit, I guess I'm still pretty new to it. And so I haven't really played too much myself. I played a bit of Townstar, but I don't really enjoy idols too much. And that kind of feels like it's got mostly idol mechanics to me. But I've been watching a fair amount of Axie gameplay. And I'm actually planning to build my first team this week. So pretty excited about that.
Yeah, that's exciting. Yeah, no, Axie is such an interesting game because it seems so simple. And like the gameplay mechanics, it's a pretty just straightforward card game, but the play to earn side of it, the fact that there's that player owned economy is just so revolutionary and like changes what it means to actually play it. Oh, here's Josh. Hey, Josh, hey. Welcome.
Hello.
All right.
Hey, guys.
Yeah, this is Josh. He does the sound design, sound effects and stuff. So if music is too loud, now's the time to scream at him.
Josh, that on-chain gaming intro that happens right at the beginning gets me bopping every time, dude.
Yeah, man.
Except we always have to put Jake's enthusiasm on hold while we do it.
Yeah, I definitely dance to the beat when it starts playing along.
Hard not to.
Yeah. All right,
it's cool. Grown on us too.
Yeah, no, it's fun. I literally hear it playing in my head when I do the intro, which I feel like is part of what hypes me up for it, because I know it's going to be playing in the background. It's pretty fun. All right, cool, Victor. So when did you learn about blockchain gaming, and then when did you discover the channel? What are you enjoying the most right now if you're playing play to earn game, and then what are you most looking forward to?
Well, actually, about 3 months ago, I decided I had some extra money. Let's go and start investing in the crypto bubble that was forming, and started watching the volatility there. It's like, I don't mind investing, but I want to actually utilize this. So then I just started looking around. I saw these things called NFTs, started looking into them. And then all of a sudden I watched your channel, one for getting your brother started with Axie.
Yeah.
And at that point, I'm like, wow, that's a good place to put the money right now. Invested for the first team in some AXS, about 1,000 in the beginning, and that's about 2 months ago now, and made back about 2,500, 3,000.
Nice. Yeah. Fire. Yeah,
I
no,
took that and invested in Revamon.
nice. That's cool. So you said you've actually been playing Revamon, right?
Yep.
So I'm curious, how does it feel to be inside that game? I know, like, so my experience with VR games so far have been that if they're really smooth and like they're done really well, they can be really fun. And I've put like 13 hours, I think, into Half-Life Alyx, which was like the first like AAA VR game. It was really fun. I enjoyed that a ton. But then when it's like a newer developer and stuff's not as smooth, you can get really nauseated really easily and stuff. So like I'm a little bit nervous about like an in progress VR game, if that makes sense.
Yeah, the only downside I have seen is if you use the control stick to turn your orientation too much, you get a little bit of the blur and get a little bit of the motion sickness. But as long as you're using it and using your head to look around more, it's actually pretty fluid. And they were the ones that did the Pokemon VR that they took down to focus on this IP. And it's for only basically 3 months on working and reskinning the game. It's pretty fluid, and they're going to release the beta, I think, in about 6 months.
All right, cool. And then there's no play to earn yet, right? It's just like some of the gameplay mechanics are there. You can fight with your Revamon and stuff.
Correct. Yeah, they're looking to introduce the NFT component here next month, and that's when they're going to give out a couple of their early holder stuff.
All right.
And then they're going to make sure that stuff is wearable and working correctly in the game. And
cool.
I'm just very excited.
Yeah, no, I have the Revamon tokens I need. I bought the Revamon tokens I need to play the beta. I just haven't gotten around to it yet, but I definitely need to feature that. I think it would be really cool to do it like right when they introduce the play to earn though, so that I can be like, guys, this is the first play to earn blockchain game. Like that would just be so hype.
If you're looking for that, it's going to be right at the beginning of next year when they release beta, because everything right now is on the alpha server and it's going to be wiped when beta comes.
Yeah. I think I read that. Cool. That's awesome. All right. Oh wait, before I move to Ultra, that video that you said that you found our channel on, where I helped Nate set up his Axie account.
Yep.
Dude, it's blowing up. It's like 250,000 views now or something. By far the most viewed video on our channel. It's crazy. When I discovered Axie, it wasn't that long ago, like in February, there wasn't even a single video about Axie on YouTube with over 100K views.
Wow.
And now that video has 250K views. So
well, they also didn't have 100K daily active users either.
True. Yeah, now they have over 250K of those as well. Yeah. All right, cool. Ultra. So I watched that podcast on Mirandus Life with you in it. So that was cool seeing you there. Josh actually, like, he walked into the living room and saw you on there, and he's like, "That's our patron." I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah, that was
Yeah, sorry, my name is Andrew. I don't know how to update it, so it says my name. So I'm sorry about that. But the way I got into it was I actually found it on a Brave browser, Gala Games, and that's actually how I got into it, because I didn't even think blockchain gaming was a thing until I decided to use Brave browser, which was January. So I was kind of late. I didn't get to get any of those cool farming hamlets or anything like that. So, but I did manage to get a homestead for a third of what it was now. So I thank God for that. But what really got me, and then what I found you was when you came into the scene, and you're just like, you know what we need? Taverns. And then the Drunken Duck came around, so I started following you there. And then you're saying, oh, you guys should follow me on crypto. On your new channel, Crypto Gaming, and I was like, I'll check it out. And then ever since then, I've just been following you.
Dude, that's awesome. Yeah. So you're one of those that truly predates me in the blockchain space. Even you got your roots in even deeper than me. Because I like thought of the concept. I mean, it was original for me. Obviously, I wasn't the first person who thought of the concept. And then I was like, this would be so cool, because I loved like MMORPGs and stuff, if the economies were just real. And I was like, crypto should enable us to have a real economy in an MMO. Like that shouldn't be that hard. And then NFTs like added on that item ownership being able to be on the chain as well. And I was like, there has to be people building games like this. So I just started looking for like who is building these games. And I actually started tweeting about play to earn gaming before I even knew that it existed. Before I discovered Axie and everything. Then I discovered, I was like, oh, these guys have been working on this for 3 years already? That's so cool. Yeah, they were so far ahead of it. That's crazy.
Well, that takes me back a little bit, because 16 years ago, I was playing Star Wars Galaxies, loving the heck out of it, and got to the point, you've got hundreds of millions of credits, and you put all that time in to gain this. Why can't I sell it?
Yeah.
And I mean, there were people doing it on eBay and everything too, but it's just taking that fundamental that everybody wanted way back when and implementing it is just going to make the games blow up.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. No, it's that added value. It's going to be like, now I feel like the biggest struggle that gaming like comes in conflict with, like on a personal individual level as a person playing a game, and this happens for every single person gaming, is you kind of have to justify the fun you're having versus the lack of productivity that you're having. And blockchain gaming essentially solves that main issue on the individual level, which is going to allow for just so many people to play games, but then feel good playing games and like productive after. So not only were they having fun, but they're like, I just put food on the table as well. And like at that point, like I could easily see the number of total gamers on the planet tripling or quadrupling. Like, yeah, it's pretty crazy. Okay, cool. So yeah, you asked, I guess the first question, where I get my sources for blockchain gaming. Hey,
Sorry, my eldest.
Cool. Hi.
Hey.
I read a ton of the blogs. Like all of these companies that are working on all of these different projects, it seems like every single one of them has a blog, and that seems to be like one of the first places to get a lot of this information. But then the Discords are like invaluable as well. A lot of these projects that have communities also have Discords. And that's like part of the way that I judge like what the potential value of a project might be is based on like how healthy of a community that project has. And a really healthy community speaks a lot of great things. Obviously, it doesn't guarantee the project is going to be successful, but I love hanging out and just like ghost watching what's happening in all the Discords of these projects. And they always like share the announcements when they post new blog stuff on the Discords as well. But yeah, that's probably the best first place to get information. Yeah, and then I try to like make a video about stuff as quickly as possible, but so the way that the video creating process works, maybe this is interesting to you guys. I normally spend a couple days and I'll like research a couple videos, and I might like bullet point some of the things I want to hit on those videos. And then I'll just go up to the studio with like 3 shirts and I'll like knock out 3 of the videos in a row and then hand them off to Nate. He'll start editing them and then Josh will start getting them. So then it's like a 3-day process before like Nate will spend 1 day with it, then Josh will get 1 day with it, and then the next morning it'll get posted. So sometimes it causes us to be a little bit delayed. So we're trying to work on a way that we can like speed out like super necessary news to be like one of the first ones to post it. Luckily right now there's not that much competition. So yeah.
I honestly thought you were a wizard today when I was kind of asking your thoughts on how Axies shot up and should we be worried, and like 2 hours later you post new video. Yeah. No, I mean we could talk about that a little bit. So because I got a lot, I mean, not a lot. There was a couple people in the comments to that video about not stressing about starting Axie that were like, how can you be so confident? Obviously, we're in an Axie bubble. Like SLPs, like just like they're so confident that we're in this massive bubble. And the way that I would think about that is, for one, this is so new. There's no way to say we're in any kind of bubble just because there's no real historical context to compare anything to, which is what increases the risk with crypto gaming and stuff, right? Like we really don't know some things. But then on the other side of it, like say we're in a little bit of an SLP bubble and SLP drops down to 10 cents or something. It's like, is that going to destroy Axie Infinity? No, not at all. Like you're still going to be able to earn back your initial investment with any team. Like you still shouldn't be stressing about getting into it. Like even if SLP does drop some, it's not the end of play to earn gaming. And then the other thing is there's just really no competition for Axie yet. Like I'd actually be curious to hear from you guys, what is the closest thing to competition for Axie? I mean, a lot of people post about my DeFi pets and stuff, and like Blockchain Cuties reaches out to me all the time over email. But I didn't vibe with their Discord. I was like, man, they're not helping out these new players asking questions in the Discord. And that's literally the honest reason why I didn't make a Blockchain Cuties promotion video. But yeah, so I'm curious. Is there like a game right now that you think is even close to on par with Axie that you've heard on that maybe I haven't talked about on my channel?
No. Yeah, no, that's what I was like. Okay, yeah, that's pretty much what I expected here, I guess.
The only company that's even close would probably be Gala Games, because you have the Wax community and they have all of their games, but most of their games aren't even have white paper.
Yeah.
Or they're none of them. And it's for them right now. It's hype. There are some pretty good games, but nothing to the capacity that Axie has.
Yeah.
And then
I guess Engine maybe would have like some of the games that might be considered competitors, but like the last I checked, new players can't even get into Lost Relics, right? Because they capped the number of players on it while they're building it out. So that was like maybe the game you could arguably spend more time in than Axie and earn playing, but that one's not even letting new players in. So I feel like I can't even make videos about that one right now. And it's just, yeah, get hyped about this one, guys. Guess what? Only I can play it.
Yeah. Like the only other one I can think of is maybe Townstar, but even then it's the reward structure right now is just not there. Like it was great for beta, like before we had May Mayhem. It was okay.
Yeah.
And then after May Mayhem is just it's not.
So what is it, like the only top 100 right now? Or
yeah, right now it's only the top 100. Yeah, during May Mayhem it was the top 500, so that was cool. People like totally jumped into that, and yeah, I made a Townstar tutorial during May Mayhem and stuff, and that like got 50,000 views, which was crazy because Townstar really doesn't get that many players. But did you guys see the Townstar AMA? Because they are talking about new play to earn mechanics that they want to integrate. Well, actually, they're not talking about them, but by not talking about them, they're kind of leaking them a little bit. So I actually just recorded a video about that before this call. I think Bitbender asked T. Elliott, who's the lead dev of Townstar, whether or not they wanted to implement a way in your farm where you could produce NFTs. And essentially, T. Elliott answered that by saying that if he answered it, he would spoil what they're working on.
So it's like that's not happening.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's definitely going to be something coming there, which could make Townstar more competitive as far as like just an average player being able to earn and not having to be one of the top 100. And yeah, if they could do that, or just like let you farm a crypto coin of some kind, like give.
Well, they've got box coin mine.
Yeah, the box coin miners.
So
but that's difficult to get all those parts, I think.
So it's not that it's difficult, it's expensive.
Oh, okay.
I think they said if you did it when it first came out, it was about 10 grand. But now, like right now, they're selling. I think the cheapest you can get a legendary part for right now is $300, which is a steal if you really want to get into it. But like I'm selling mine for like 5 grand. I'm selling it for 500,000 Gala because I know as the second they come out, people are going to be wanting it because it's free money. You don't need to know to farm it. And then the way the Gala community is, you get the Gala token as a utility, so it's the middle. And then you get games like Box Coin, and then you can transfer Box Coin into Gala and then turn Gala into something else, or just kick it out and just put it in your bank account. So it's basically free money if you have a farm bot.
That's cool.
Yeah. No, it'll be really. I'm excited for what they're doing with Townstar. And if they can implement just any type of way to earn simply by participating without being the best, then that will just incentivize so many more people to spend time building their towns. And then it becomes competitive with Axie. It really does. Because I mean, Axie has the leaderboard, and if you finish in the top of Axie, you get those AXS. But what really makes Axie like so relevant to everyone is that even average players who win 45% of their games like are going to be able to earn the max amount of SLP every day that everyone else can. I mean, it's crazy. Well,
yeah, that is the biggest thing with Townstar right now is you can put in, 40, 50 hours that week building your town and get nothing. Or if I put 40, 50 hours a week in Axie, well, heck, the wife just did her first cash out today for $566.
Yep. Yeah, no, it's like super sick. Even like so many people ask me to make more Townstar tutorials, like how to do late game cakes, how to do late game this or that. But the crazy thing is, even for me to make that tutorial, I have to play like 3 days straight in order to get to the place where I can explain how to then like set up, a good cake structure and all the buildings you should have for that and stuff. So it's just like the time and effort that Townstar requires in order to get anything out of it right now is its biggest weakness. and the reason why so many people are really hyped for Gala Games and like really active in the community and believe in all the devs and stuff, but just don't play Downstar that much. Yeah, but I'm still hopeful. I said in the video that I recorded today that I still think that if they can finish this game, implement like user created servers where you can play a 4-hour tournament, an 8-hour tournament, and like with NFTs, without NFTs, like with teams, like they can do this kind of stuff. This game could reach the mass scale still. I still have faith in it. Yeah.
Well, yeah, if they could have multiple, the practice servers would be great, because anybody who wants to even go try and play, they can't find a decent enough spot to get past the first couple hours of gameplay.
Yeah.
So do you guys think that there's any like unseen like societal changes that are going to be massive because of blockchain gaming, and like after the fact we're like, oh yeah, of course society was going to change because of this, but it's just so hard to see beforehand? I think it would be incredible to like drop a video where I'm like, the world is going to change this way. Like we don't see it coming, but it's going to be massive. I mean, just the way that third worlds are going to be able to start earning outsized daily income compared to what their local economies can pay is going to be pretty game changing.
Well, in a sense, isn't it equalizing opportunity on a global scale? Everyone has the same, like no matter what country is ruling you, you know?
In a sense, too, it creates this like Robin Hood pie where people in like really rich, wealthy countries who want to just pay for power can, and those who are in third world countries who want to like earn for their dedication, it's like a transfer of wealth from the rich to the dedicated in a lot of ways too, which would make Robin Hood proud and will help equalize, I think, some of the drastic differences that exist. I mean, obviously there's still going to be massive differences, but help in some way between third world countries and first world countries. Because I mean, I feel like a lot of the biggest poverty for those in poverty is a poverty of opportunity. And yeah, that's really what is painful, is not having the opportunities to even climb out of your situation.
So I don't know, my vision of the future is within 10 years, you're going to end up going to the App Store or the Play Store. You're going to be downloading a game, first steps, connecting your wallet and going to town.
Yep. No, I think, the consumer facing of things definitely needs to happen. That's probably like the biggest barrier to Axie right now is you go to the community getting started alpha guide and there's like 7 steps in order to just like load into your very first battle. It's quite, I think overwhelming, I think, to a lot of people. Yeah. Which is why I felt like I should just make that video. Like, don't be anxious about starting. It's because it can be really overwhelming. And I think some people need to hear that. Yeah.
I've got a question for the group. Speaking of the App Store and the Play Store, right? What do we think about the future of publishing, given that, you know, Axie has, Jiho has talked about potentially being like a publisher and publishing indie devs games like within Axie. I think Decentraland has something similar, right? I think Atari's bought a lot of plots there. Do we think that there's a totally different world where now this publishing occurs within some of these metaverse gameplays, and now we cut out like Apple and Google from the process entirely?
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a place for that. I mean, even now, the way games exist now, I mean, I buy the majority of my computer games through Steam, and you want to be able to access all your games in one library. It's like being in first gives you such a massive competitive edge. Because now, like if I were to buy games on another platform, like, yeah, there's a lot of other platforms you can buy games on besides Steam now. But because my library already exists on Steam, I'm not interested to really move to any of those other platforms, because then I got to keep track of multiple libraries and stuff. So yeah, Jiho's right. Axie, because it was first, because it's blown up first, they now have a platform. They now have the community where they could offer something very valuable to future developers. Because instantly they can reach their 1 million monthly daily active players. Like, they have a massive community that tracks everything they do. I mean, if Axie Infinity were to release a game on the like Sky Mavis hub or whatever, I'll talk about it, because like I really love the Axie Infinity team. It's the same way when Gala announces, like Gala just announced Spider Tanks, or at least that's the working title now. I recorded a video on that today too, just because Gala's releasing it. It's part of the Gala Games ecosystem. I'm a node owner. So like just having your games come out on a platform with some kind of notoriety is going to help you reach so many more people than you could have otherwise. So yeah, there's definitely a place. I think it's going to be very similar to traditional games where there will be core places where people go to get their blockchain games from. And yeah, hopefully we can cut out Apple. But yeah. No, that's a good question. Have you guys seen that much about spider tanks? Have you read that post? Are you curious to hear about it? Okay, so it's a MOBA. It's kind of in the fashion of League of Legends or Dota 2. I was a big League of Legends player. I wasted thousands of dollars on skins in that game that I will never get back out. But yeah, it's really cool. So they're going to have these spider tanks that are both free to play, where it's just like competitive 3 versus 3. I think you level up your tanks during the game by gathering resources and stuff. So yeah, based on the blog post, it sounds like they think this game could really compete in the MOBA space. So how whether or not that's true or not, I don't know. I haven't played it yet. But the play to earn aspect is kind of interesting. So there's also going to be purchasable spider tanks, which you're going to be able to have like long-term upgrades. You're going to be able to make long-term upgrades too. And each time you upgrade them, it's going to be like a random calculation of power improvement. So that means that 2 different max levels of the same spider tank might be very different strengths, because each time you leveled up, you got a random roll on how much extra power you got. And then once you've leveled up these NFTs that you bought when they were level 1 and were really weak, you get it to max level, then you could sell it for a lot more. And that's going to be how you play to earn. And then there's going to be these like crazy, like strange NFTs that just get these crazy rolls, and who knows how much those are going to be worth. So yeah, it looks interesting. I'm definitely intrigued by it.
I'm really curious about how the land's going to work, because if you read, they dropped like 2 sentences on what it's going to be, and they were saying depending on how many players will determine the emission of what gets pumped out of it, and then it also manufactures certain resources. Okay. So I'm really curious about it, because everybody that missed a train on Mirandus land is going to buy land now. For the MOBA. So I'm really curious on that, and hopefully they drop something on it before they drop it.
It sounds like this game might be the first one to actually drop after Townstar though. It might come before Fortified. It will definitely come before Mirandus and Echoes of Empire. So yeah, they showed gameplay and stuff for it as well. It looks like it's actually pretty close to being complete. And yeah, Gala's not developing this one. They have a different studio that created this one. And I think Gala just helped them over the past 3 months really integrate and make sure that the play to earn blockchain side of it is down locked. So yeah, I'm excited about it. We need more games besides Axie to play. Like,
are you going to play the alpha?
Am I going to play the alpha for spider tanks?
Yeah.
Did they announce how to get into that?
Wednesday. It's 1,000 gold Gala Gold members can play, and then it's going to be cumulative. So if someone leaves, someone else can take the spot.
Cool. Yeah, I'll definitely try to record gameplay of that for sure. I know there's an AMA coming up with the lead dev of that game, of Spider Tanks. So yeah, there's going to be a ton new info about that game coming up in the next couple of weeks. I'm excited.
Oh man, I'm never going to sleep again.
Yeah. No, it's like Axie's fun, but after you complete your quest, or actually after you run out of energy, I'm like, man, I gotta work on YouTube now. I guess I need I need more games I can play. Plus, honestly, I'm curious actually what you guys think of this. So my thought is, right now most of the videos I'm doing, I'm just like in my studio, I'm in front of the camera. Maybe we show some gameplay clips, but for the most part right now, my channel's not gameplay videos. I'm guessing as more games come out, it will slowly transition to be more like 50-50 of me in front of the game or in front of the camera. But yeah, do you guys have a preference on in front of the camera or gameplay videos?
Well, my honest opinion is the reason I found you and just loved the channel was it was more focused on you and your energy and descriptions behind everything, and not so much of just the gameplay itself. Is you can get gameplay videos anywhere. So I mean, a 50-50, that would sound great, but don't go too heavy gameplay.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing I've been considering is I have Jake's top 10, which I've been entirely neglecting, even though it's nearing 1 million subscribers, but I hardly post on it at all because I've just fallen so in love with on-chain gaming. It's like the only content I want to make is for on-chain gaming. So I've been thinking that it's possible in the future, if on-chain gaming gets big enough, like let's say on-chain gaming gets near the size of Jake's top 10, at that point it will actually have way more like active subscribers than Jake's top 10 does. And maybe I could turn Jake's top 10 into like a dedicated gameplay channel and keep on-chain gaming more just for like the vlog style in front of camera videos. And maybe I could just have 2 different channels for 2 different styles of videos. And I'm sure there'll be people that like both. And that way people that only like one though aren't forced to watch the other kind. So that's one option. Okay, so I want to hear ideas about the NFT, the day one supporter NFT that I want to get minted and send out to everyone. I'm guessing you guys would prefer if we could number those somehow so that like it's like supporter number 1, supporter number 2, all the way to 1,000. That way it's, I mean, yeah, that obviously has to happen that way. Okay, and then do you think, should I do different art for the different levels of tier, or like one art piece kind of just numbered for all supporters? It doesn't really matter if you're tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. Just like the first 1,000 supporters get 1 through 1,000 of this NFT. What do you guys think?
I think multiple.
Okay.
Because then it brings out the collectability of aspect again too.
And I'll put it in my Grand Tavern.
There you go.
Okay. Yeah, no, I think we definitely can do multiple. I mean, I'm thinking by the time that we're even at like 500 supporters, I mean, it could like be 6 months from now or something like that. But at that point, I could easily pay an artist like a couple $1,000s to commission a few different really cool art pieces for the different tiers. And yeah, I would totally be willing to reinvest a lot of that support at that time to make sure that when we hit 1,000, we have some dope NFTs to send to everyone. That would be really cool.
To make them kind of 3D like Star Atlas stuff?
Maybe. Honestly, I have been talking with the Star Atlas team, so I wonder how much, or if they could put me in contact with somebody who might be able to do it. That would be cool. No promises though on that. I don't know.
I'm not gonna lie. I spent like half an hour just viewing them all as much as I could.
Yeah, no, the augmented reality, NFTs for Star Atlas are super cool. We put them up on our TV and then had our phones out and we're all switching through all of them. They're really cool. Have you seen that, Quinn? The Star Atlas?
No, I haven't.
NFTs, they're pretty cool. If you go to the Star Atlas Genesis of a Metaverse website, you can actually look at all the NFTs without buying them. But it's like this augmented reality thing where it pulls up on your screen and then you like scan a QR code with your phone and then you can look at that screen through your phone and it creates an augmented reality like outside of the screen that you can see only through your phone. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I will try to make this as cool as I can, guys. It's going to depend on the talent I can hire, though, to be completely honest, because I am not an artist myself. Josh could probably make original music for it, though, so we could definitely, if it is something that has some kind of movement or something, if it's not just a stationary picture, then we could definitely throw some music or something onto that. Yeah, Josh, we'll have to brainstorm a little bit. How about that one?
Yeah, we got some work cut out for us.
Yeah. Hopefully we won't hit 1,000 too soon, but I need to make sure that
don't say that.
Yeah.
I need to make sure that I'm on top of this so that when we do hit it, it's not delayed. I want to be ready before we hit it. So that's what I want to make sure that I can get done. Okay, do you guys have any questions that you're curious about at all? About anything?
The green screen.
My bed.
Oh yeah, we don't want to see that.
I'll throw one in.
Okay.
Could we maybe chat about like just some of the things that are most exciting to you guys in terms of like investments right now, and where you're most interested in putting some money to work and the things that are kind of have got you thinking the most?
Well,
Mirandus, what?
I am personally loading up on Galacoin. I don't know for certain whether or not this first halving is going to have any real long-term effect on the price, since the halving is only cutting what's going to the treasury, not what's going to nodes. So we might see the same kind of sell pressure from nodes over this next year. But over this next year, if we have spider tanks coming out, maybe fortified coming out, like the demand for Galacoin should be going up. Now, we don't know for certain whether or not spider tanks is going to use Gala, but I'm guessing any NFTs purchased are going to be able to purchase with Gala. But then McCarthy leaked in the Mirandus AMA that they're thinking about possibly making the Mirandus coin a Gala stable coin. And if that happens, if the Gala currency is tied to Mirandus, then that is 100% going to be drastically increasing the demand for Gala coin a ton. So yeah, I think there's some bullish signs for Gala going forward. And then we have to remember that this first halving is happening, I guess 11 days from now on the 21st. But then every single year after that, we're going to be getting more and more halvings. The supply is going to be getting cut in half again and again every single year. So we should see continual reduction in inflation, and we should be seeing more demand. So I feel like that should be increasing the price of Galacoin. I mean, that's how tokenomics works. But yeah, I'm making a big play on this halving, though. I'm not sure if we'll get any run up from this halving specifically. I don't know. If I had all AXS instead of Gala, then I mean AXS just went from what, 280 to $15 or something.
Oh, last check was like over 18.
Oh, is it over 18 now? Yeah, I bought like 2,000 more AXS and then sold it at $6.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that was
I was like, I could get another million Galacoin out of this AXS. Oh no, it could be 3 million. Oof. Yeah, so that's what I've been looking at. I think right now buying straight up Gala is actually better than buying a node. But it's hard to know because nodes are going to have future income sources that are going to be getting added to them. Nodes are getting, I think, 8% of the spider tank NFT drops. Nodes are going to be getting a percentage of like Mirandus transaction fees and stuff for hosting Mirandus. So nodes are going to have new income sources added onto them in the future beyond the current Gala payout, which is going to be getting halved every year after this year. It's not getting halved this year for the node owners. But yeah, so it's hard to really calculate what the future earnings power of nodes are. But I'm just thinking like for 1.1 million Gala, like Gala triples, you could buy three nodes or almost 3 nodes with the same Gala possibly after the halving. So yeah, that's why I haven't been pumping nodes very much recently. Not because I think it's a bad investment. Like I think if someone buys a node now, they're still gonna eventually earn back everything they put into it. But I feel like buying straight up Galacoin right now, at least that's what I'm doing. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the tough part with this space.
Yeah.
So much you want to get into and put investments in.
Yep. Yeah. My Axies, Mystic Axie NFTs, the floor for those recently went from 9 ETH to almost 30 ETH now is the floor for a Mystic Axie. I bought a Mystic in February for 8 ETH, and then I had it for sale for 13 because but then it exploded, got bought for 13 before I could change the price, and now it's a 30 bottom. So yeah, I have another Mystic that I had for sale, my like main mascot for on-chain gaming, Axie number 24. I had for sale for the joke price of 420.69 ETH, but I recently bumped that up to over 1,000 because I was afraid someone's actually going to buy it. Like it was actually, the 420.69 became price competitive with the other Axies in its number range. So yeah, I don't know about that. I feel like Mystic Axie prices might come down in the future a little bit. I don't know. The problem is there's just no new supply of Mystic Axies. There's like 80 Mystics for sale. That's it. And as the number of players just continues to go higher and higher and higher, I can't see the demand for Mystics ever really falling. As the number of players just keeps growing, and because the supply of Mystics can't increase, it's kind of almost an inevitability that over time Mystics slowly go up in price. The only thing that could destroy the value of Mystic Axies is Axie Infinity losing their player base. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. It's hard buying Mystics now though for the price that they just ran up to.
Yeah, with what Josh had asked, my thing I'm most excited about, just because it makes me feel that even with a slight investment, I can be a decision maker. I can be a Shark Tank guy. I can put my money where I think it's going to go, even if it's just $100.
Yeah.
Yeah, and these days we have the technology and the information to find out for ourselves if that's what we want to do. And before it was you had to be taught a skill to learn it. And now we can kind of teach ourselves, and yeah, it's evening the playing field, I think, a little bit.
Yeah, no, the internet definitely evens the playing field for sure. Ultra, is there anything you're investing in right now? I mean, you have the most experience in the blockchain space of all of us here right here.
Oh, but I'm also poor, so you're not talking about that. No, right now I'm just I'm sitting on my gala that I won in the May Mayhem, and I'm waiting for it to hit 3.5 cents, because if it does, there's so many things I want.
Yeah.
So many things I want to look into. But then it's like what you're saying, like, should I just continue holding it and wait for it to hit 5 cents or 7 cents? Because if it hits 7 cents, then like I guess I'm buying a new car, or even like putting a really big down payment on a house.
Yeah.
So
what place did you get? Top 10?
For week 1 and 2, I got top 50. Week 3, I got top 100. And then week 4, I can't stand pumpkin pie, so I didn't even rank.
Yeah,
but I did.
Also, you have to be so burnt out by that. That's now the 4 weeks straight playing Townstar.
Oh no,
I could only do one.
I've been playing it since February, so it's fine. Yeah. But after the May Mayhem, it was I was actually working at home, so that's why I was like doing my job, and then I would like turn to the left if it was pretty dead and be like, I'm gonna just modify a couple things here and then go back to my job.
Yep.
So I haven't been able to play since after May Mayhem, because I'm going back into the office.
But yeah, that's pretty nice. 2 top 50 finishes in May Mayhem.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
And then the last one that really surprised me was, did you hear about the top sellers for week 4, that bonus?
Yeah, I heard there was going to be a bonus in week 4 because they Watchdog removed a lot of the players in some of the earlier weeks. So they were going to take that and pay it out in week 4. So what happened?
It was $105,000 worth.
Wow.
That was split into 46 places, and I got 2 of them.
Wow. That's
so
nice.
that's what I'm sitting on right now, and I'm just like waiting for Gala to go up, and I refuse to buy anything until it goes up.
Yeah, no, I've been refusing to buy anything too. I really want a village, because all I own deed-wise in Mirandus right now is 1 farming hamlet. And then I have some super powerful buildings with the Majestic Forge and Majestic Weapon Shop. But like, I have all these buildings and nowhere to put them. I don't want to be completely reliant on deed owners for everything that I own. So I'm either going to buy a village, a duke, or maybe a prince or an archduke if we get a massive run up in Galacoin. But yeah, I'm up to 6 million Galacoins now, partly from like selling that Axie, that Mystic Axie for 13.17 ETH and stuff. Really helps you switch over your investments to something else.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I can get like a 5x even, or 6x in Gala, I think I can buy an archduke. Which
someone just bought the you didn't buy the Marquise, did you?
Someone just bought another Marquise.
Yeah, someone bought a Marquise, which is unfortunately a waste of money.
Yeah, because compared to the Duke, I mean, the Duke has so many more building spots.
Yeah. And because we looked at it and we're like, maybe it has more farming plots or something, and they're like, nope, it has less. Everything, there's literally less of everything. The
Marquise has a prettier house.
Yeah, that's pretty much about it.
Yeah, no, it is kind of surprising to me, but are there any official places to even see the deed layouts anymore? Because like, I know I can find the deed layouts on Citadel of the Wind's website. They took down the official deed layouts. And the fact that they keep adding buildings removed the official deed layouts. And McCarthy said in the past that deeds might grow in size. I think all of that points to deeds maybe being bigger than we were first informed they were going to be.
So Eric actually dropped it in gold today. He was saying for sure, no more land deeds. They are not happening. It's locked in. It's not happening.
Yeah.
But the plot size itself may increase. And so that's good. And then other people are now speculating seaports. They're saying, oh, can seaports, so you're saying land deeds, there's going to be no more land deeds, but what about sea deeds? So you can have ports. And then the other one, people are going crazy and be like, oh, what about sky deeds? Because the sky is flying in that one picture.
Yeah.
But they have, it seems like they're going to have ways around the building issue. Because someone in one of my guilds, he actually did he put everything in an Excel sheet, and right now it's under 30%. If every building that's currently owned and if every single plot was like every land was bought, only it would be 30%. I think they said it was like just under 30% of the buildings could be dropped on land.
Yeah, but that's not counting any Citadel space, right?
Yeah, not counting any Citadel space.
So, yeah, I mean, we have no idea how big the Citadels are going to be. They've literally not even given us any hints beyond the number of players that will be able to be in a Citadel at once.
So that's what's scaring a lot of people right now.
I'm not worried about it, though. I don't understand why people are scared about it. It's like, is Gala going to make a decision that kills their own game on purpose? No. So, yeah, they've told us that they have solutions to these potential problems if they do indeed arise. And I think the fact that we're going to get this light RPG app before the full Mirandus game comes out, at least that's still the last thing that we've heard that we're going to get, it's really going to help the Gala Games team optimize the economy before the full game drops on top of that economy, if that makes sense. So because deed owners are going to be able to place their deeds in this light RPG, and building owners are going to be able to put buildings on these deeds in the light RPG, and everything can kind of get set up in a conceptual way that's not very difficult in the development side of things, we can really actually optimize the way the economy works. Like what prices are too, what's too difficult to get access to. And then when the full game drops on it, my hope is that it could be dropped on an optimized game and we'll just jump into a fully immersive MMORPG with a real player economy that's balanced well from the very beginning. That's my hope for it. But yeah, I feel like people that like say they're worried or like this is a big problem, like I don't know if Gala's going to be able to solve it. It's like, okay, they're obviously going to be able to solve this.
No, yeah, absolutely. And then I understand why they want land scarcity, because it's more profits for the landowners. So
yeah, I mean the scarcity is what really incentivizes people to get in early. The fact that I know like I will only ever be competing against 4 other Majestic weapon shops, like. That's like an insured, not quadopoly, whatever is bigger than pentopoly. And that's really, in the real world, that is so powerful. If like regulators insure a pentopoly, like these companies get massive. And like Gala is promising us from the very beginning, you invest here, there will be no competition beyond other people that also invested this early. So yeah, that's great for investors, but then it does open up the question, okay, does that decentivize new players from coming in and really wanting to fall in love, or even being able to fall in love with the game, if it's one that's out of reach for them to feel like they own part of it? Yeah. What do you guys all heard about the sanctuaries and the purpose of those? Do you know about those, Quinn?
No.
So it's like, I think going to really help with this potential problem. And sanctuaries are going to exist in the world. I think there's going to be 8, right? 8 grand sanctuaries. And those who own sanctuaries are essentially, it's going to allow them to lend out tools, weapons to new players who come in so that these new players can start producing stuff, being a beneficial member of the Mirandus economy. And then because of the way that it will work, when a sanctuary lends out to a new player, some of the earnings that new player earns from those tools will be sent back to both the Citadel owner and then also real world charities. So it will be a way for Citadels to not only be a charity for new players, but also for the real world. and it will, I mean, I'm really considering maybe bidding on a sanctuary myself, because as a YouTuber, if I can say, guys, come into Mirandus, come to the sanctuary, we can help set you guys up. Yeah, it would be both great for everyone who's a subscriber to the channel, but then also a great way for me to help new players that I'm getting into the game find their home in the game and how to produce and be productive. So I'm super, super fan of the sanctuary announcement. I loved that one. All right, well, let's see. How long have we been going for? Almost an hour here. Do you guys have any final things that you want to talk about or questions you have? Or
I have a random question.
Sure, I'm down for a random.
What's the tattoo on your arm say? You're always so animated and excited.
Yeah.
I can never slow it down to see it.
Okay, well, it's backwards here, but it says saved by grace. Both of my parents are full-time missionaries. So yeah, saved by grace is just the idea that I am never going to be good enough to like have communion with my creator on my own, but that's okay. Even though I mess up, that's fine. Because Jesus died for my sins. I am justified before my creator. And it helps me both when I'm doing bad, like when I'm struggling, I can remember I'm saved by grace. And then when I'm doing really, really well, like when I feel like I'm succeeding and excelling, it also helps the pride not creep up so much, because I remember I'm saved by grace. So it's something I've struggled with a lot, perfectionism in my life. And it's debilitated me in the past for some periods of my life, where I get so down on myself because of mistakes I've made, because of that perfectionism thing that I wrestle with, that this tattoo has actually really helped me as a constant reminder to just always keep getting back up, because it's fine and everyone messes up. And the real difference maker is, who gets back up and who keeps going.
Well, see, and that's another thing that really drew me to your channel, was the fact that, even though you have done quite good in the crypto space, you try your best to stay as humble as you can, but then you also want to talk about these big investments you've made and not try to be like,
Yeah. Well, I am never forgetting the fact that pride comes before a fall, and the bigger you get, the further the distance is that you could fall down to hit the ground. So yeah, no, I'm keenly aware of the fact that I will be making incorrect investment decisions in the future.
Hey,
even the best investor, you can't knock 10 out of 10 out of the park. I think Peter Lynch, one of the greatest investors of the last century, averaged 29% at managing the Magellan Fund for 14 years. He said, I'm only right 6 out of 10 times. No one can be right all the time. So. Yeah, well, this is fun, guys. I love getting to know you, talking face to face, getting faces and voices and people behind the names in the Discord. And I'm looking forward to doing this again.
Yeah, most definitely. It was great.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you all.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah. Great meeting everyone.
Yeah, it was really good. We'll keep that music coming. Yeah,
keep that music coming.
Yeah, we've been trying out new outro songs. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but every week there's a new outro song that Josh has been making. So if you guys hear one that you really think is a banger and think we should either keep or keep bringing back, then definitely let us know if there's
Put
one
it in the comments.
Yeah, we read all those comments and
basically looking for one that slaps as hard as the intro, and then we're
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I know, can't go too hard, because then you'll just have to start going into the next video because you're still pumped.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thanks so much for your support. Like literally, you guys are truly motivational for us to keep making content every single week. And I love that you guys are enjoying it, and I love that we can keep informing the community. And I hope we can continue making this Discord better and our relationship better, and then also keep growing the channel and have lots of fun, make lots of money playing video games.
Damn straight.
All right, see you guys.
Have a good one.
Have a good one.
Thanks, Jake. See you guys.
Bye. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that conversation. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed getting to know all of our Tier 1 Patreon supporters. Oh, and also Josh was there, which was really cool. Hopefully Nate, my brother, can be in the next one as well. And just so you guys know, I'm not 100% certain if I'm gonna be doing these as calls forever. once there's too many people, it might be too hard, but at least this month, I'm gonna do another call again. There's still not that many of us. And then of course, not everyone's gonna be able to make it either. And then also in the future, guys, these AMAs are gonna be shared with all the Patreon supporters and all of the channel members from tier 3 to tier 1. So everyone who is a supporter of this channel will be able to watch these AMAs going forward. I think this will be the only one that's public for everyone. That could change in the future, but that's what I'm thinking now. Yeah, it'll just be a way for people that support even more than leaving the likes and stuff, which is plenty, by the way, guys. Like being subscribed, leaving thumbs up, that's all the support that we need. But I think it would be cool to have an extra thing for even people that give $2.99 a month with the tier 3 support, which is super awesome. And yeah, remember all tiers of Patreon supporters as well will eventually be getting the NFT. But yeah, I hate doing this shilling. The reason I do the shilling though, I never did it on my old channel, but this time I'm not doing this by myself. Nate, my brother's editing these videos. Josh is doing all the sound design, and you guys met him in the AMA today. So I feel more compelled now because they actually earn based off of the support to pitch becoming a Patreon supporter. So yeah, but remember guys, thumbs up is all the support you need to give. That is plenty. And until next time, everyone, have fun roaming the metaverse.